Obviously, tough week for CJ last week. He's gone in for a long time. Just what did it mean to see him have that type of performance?
Yeah, it meant a lot. Obviously, kind of growing up with him through high school and kind of know him before that, and then coming here. So obviously, I know his grandma meant a lot to him, helped raise him in a lot of ways. So it was good to see him go out there and play for her.
Just with the way you guys played on Saturday, it felt like everything was working out in that first half.
Yeah, it did. We executed really well. We had a really good game plan going in. Get the ball down the field early. So obviously we didn't play like we wanted to the Navy game, so it was good to go out there and play good versus South Florida. So we got a big one this week, one of the top defenses in the country. Big win for the conference race. So we just got to go out there and continue this and be even better this week.
Did you feel like you were back in high school again, hooking up with CJ?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Just kind of thinking about it after, I was like, dang, we really did do this like every game in high school, it seemed like. So those were fun days, and obviously Saturday was super fun too. So, hopefully can kind of recreate that going forward.
With Tulane, they seem to be very physical, talented defensively. What do you just kind of remember about playing them the last couple of times as well?
Yeah, they're a really good, well-coached team. Obviously last year they had a tough thing with the hurricane. They had a lot of injuries, so they had a rough year last year, but there was a lot of external factors that went into that. But they're a really good coach team. You got really good players, play tough. A lot of programs a lot like ours. Just discipline. Good culture and stuff like that. So they're gonna be a really good team. Their defense is really good, like you said, physical. Doesn't do a whole lot of things. Just what they do it really well. So we're gonna have to go out there and execute really well Saturday.
These might be the most experienced linebackers you've seen all year. Are you looking forward to that chess match going on Saturday pre-snap?
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of them were at the Manning Passing Academy just because Tulane is that close, so I've got to know them a little bit. And obviously, their quarterback, I've got to know him pretty well because he was there as well. So just getting to know some of those guys, it will be fun Saturday, yeah, for sure.
This will be the first time you'll play in front of an opposing crowd, I guess, in a little while. What sort of details kind of goes into that?
Yeah, that's just a factor that we got to get used to. But we're an older team, so we know how to play on the road. And hopefully it's a good environment. We're excited to go down there. Obviously, I played there in 2018, and it's a pretty cool stadium. It's a smaller stadium, but their fans do get loud, so we're excited for it. And hopefully ECU fans travel well Saturday as well.
You had a chance to talk to Rajay, and just what did you say to him?
Yeah, everything kind of happens for a reason. And he knows that. He's in good spirits right now, but obviously that's a long road ahead of him to get back onto the field. So you hate that it happens, and especially it was a non-contact type thing. So it's rough to see. It was tough to watch the film of it, and, especially with a kid like that who's done everything right since he's been here. He's never been a me guy. He's always been a leader. And he's going to continue to be a leader for this football team. He means a lot to us. So just being there for him with positivity and just helping him out any way we can.
And then what have you seen out of Marlon? Avery was saying earlier, like he's a freshman, but it almost seems like he's a vet with how he carries himself.
Yeah, he does. He acts like an older guy, and I kind of said it at the after the South Florida game. What really impressed me as a quarterback is his willingness to step in and pass block. And a lot of times when you're a freshman, you might not understand it or might not be willing to, just because in high school you really don't have to do that as a running back. And he stepped in there and made some big blocks for us to make some throws Saturday that we wouldn't have made if he didn't step in there. So he's going to have to step up moving forward, and he showed that he can do that.
Go ahead, man.
Speaking of pass blocking, Keaton said that was the thing he wanted to work on most this season. How well has he improved with that?
Yeah, he's done really well at it. He like he said, same thing. A lot of running back pass blocking is just willingness to do it, understanding who you got in that situation, and I try to do my best to get them out of that and get them in the routes by remiking stuff and stuff like that. But if there is a case where they do have to pass block, they're all willingly stepping in there and doing it well right now.
Going back to CJ real quick, other than just this week, what has it been like for you to see him kind of flip that page and like get dialed in?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously he had a kind of a rough off season, but kind of like you said, he did flip a switch and got things turned around in the right direction. Not just with football, but with his life. He had some things he had to work on, and he's certainly done that. So I've known him since he was 12, 13 years old, and I know he's a good kid. And he's showing that now. He's always been an amazing athlete. So just seeing him turn his life around has been really special and cool.
You guys have a goal of a conference championship. Do you kind of look forward to saying, hey, if we're going to meet that goal, you got to go on the road, you got to beat quality teams? Is that part of the challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you want to have a special year, you're going to have to go on the road and beat teams like this. And, I mean, they're a really good football team. They're one of the top defenses in the country, one of the top defenses we'll face all year. I don't know about offensively. I haven't, talked to them that much. I know they got a good quarterback just from being around him. So, yeah, I mean, I know they're a really good football team, and they're a couple plays away from being 5-0 just like we are. So, obviously, we got to go on the road and perform really well and, give us a chance to win it in the fourth quarter, and then we just got to go win it.
You talked about it after the Navy game, really just dialing in yourself, focus, not making mistakes, and just really doing the thing in the moment. 6 touchdowns, Holton, just like national recognition, local recognition, one of your best passing games you've had here. I mean, was that dialing in?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think just, I've always, ever since I've been a freshman, I've been pretty good at, just, not listening to the outside noise, whether it's good or bad. So, performing last week the way we did was super special and, a great feeling. But, that week's done with us now. We just got to focus on Tulane and hopefully, be better even, this week than we were last week. And, that's what college football is about is coming in each Saturday or whatever day you play and performing. So, we performed well last Saturday. Doesn't mean we're going to perform well this Saturday. So, just got to, stay in the film room, focus on ourselves, and like you say, stay dialed in.
Lastly, just Brian Jones. Okay, everything in the past, but week in and week out, this guy's getting open and finding the end zone. I mean, he's really been spectacular. What is it with you guys that, is really connected right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting put in great positions to show his athletic ability, and I think the coaching staff's doing a really good job of that. And then, kind of like you said, I mean, he is super athletic. He has great hands, great quickness for a tight end. And he creates mismatches because the defense has to decide where they want to put a linebacker on him or a safety. And then whichever one they do, it creates mismatches, and not just for him but for other people as well. So he's done a really good job of that, of getting open. And then once the ball's in his hands, I mean, he's explosive as you've seen. So anytime we can get him the ball, we're definitely going to do that.